All right, open the cheap toy with me. I'm gonna talk about some things. I want to talk about that Spider-Man one more last time, and I'm gonna try not to make this one a negative one. I'm gonna try to keep it PG-13 for you sensitive collectors. But sorry y'all, but some of y'all are truly sensitive. But yeah. Anyway, so found this at Walmart, obviously by the tag. I said, why not? And of course, I had to open it up and make sure what was supposed to be in there was in there. Yeah, Hasbro's closed box era did not go over well. But anyway, yeah, I think I saw The Amazing's review for that Spider-Man, and for $50, do I think it's worth it at $50? No. But as someone who spends that kind of money regularly on toys for various, licenses and properties, I'm kind of one to talk. But I guess, it's a matter of what is it that you want. And I think when you've been collecting for a long time, you've just experienced so many different toys that, your opinion, like for example, talking about myself, my opinion may come off as a little harsh or a little bit know-it-all or whatever, but I promise it's coming from a good place. I'm not trying to tell people, how to spend their money or anything like that, but I wasn't impressed with it. And honestly, I'm still not impressed with it. I'm not saying it's a bad toy. I think it's good for a Marvel Legend. But I see some obvious manipulation of how they presented it to you. And that's more or less what I take issue with. Yes, the price is a problem, but it is what it is. Either you're going to pay it or you're not. And that is the truth of the matter. But when it comes to the manipulation of the consumer base is where I tend to draw the line. So for me, based on what I saw, it comes with some stuff. That maskless Peter head is it's not good. But it's kind of interesting talking about another figure while looking at a G.I. Joe. Anyway, I wanted to bring up how he kept bringing up like the articulation, and I just want to show this. It's already done. The Amazing, this is not a diss to you at all, because I get the feeling that you're pretty similar in thought, and you've had so many toys and that's come across your hands and you tend to forget, but what that Spider-Man is doing, G.I. Joe Classified is already done, and I would argue that G.I. Joe Classified is Hasbro's best articulated action figures. I think, it kind of goes to show for itself, right? Like that, that whole double ball thing, yeah, it's cool. I just popped his head off. But I mean, again, G.I. Joe Classified is kind of already doing it. So this is why when I say I'm not impressed, I'm not trying to come from a bad place. I'm just, hey, you have product already that does everything that you say that this Spider-Man is doing, save for toe articulation, right? But you already have toys doing it. I'm trying to get them to stand. There you go. Like, you already have toys doing it. Knocked them over. Yeah, this again, I'm not trying to make this like a negativity video. Again, this is not a diss, because I know some of you are going to try to paint it off as one. But we got to start playing with some of our older toys, y'all, because a lot of times what you think is new isn't. And, you know, a lot of times it's already been done and been done by the company trying to sell it to you. You know, they basically created the issue by reducing, you know, the articulation in a Marvel Legend, and then they're selling you the solution by saying, yeah, pay us $50 and we'll give you a you know, we'll give you more articulation or whatnot, which is fine. I'm actually not against paying more money. Just make it fair. You know, if you're gonna charge me $50, genuinely give me $50 worth of stuff. You know, don't tell me that you're giving me new tooling. That's cool. You should have been doing that. But again, articulation wise, you already have figures doing that. You know, like, I'm not impressed when you tell me that the Spider-Man can almost, you know, come on. He's doing it, you know, and this figure was what? I mean, this is a reuse, and this was a $24 figure, you know, so accessories. I think this 2-pack was $50, right? I mean, if I'm wrong, y'all can let me know. But screw it. Why do I care? Why am I trying to open it up right? Hasbro, I'm so happy y'all moved away from this, because this was so stupid. This was so dumb. Oh my gosh. We're trying to save the environment. Sure you are. By using more paper. You're trying to save the environment. But anyway. Yeah, so that's my big complaint when it comes to it. Do I think it's a good figure? Yeah, actually I do. I think it's a pretty good figure. Am I gonna get it? I don't know. I'm saying no on principle, but I may pick it up just to see what it's about, honestly. Because it's one thing to say something and you don't have it in hand, and it's a whole other thing to actually have it in hand and say something. So there might be a part 2 to this video. But if not, if I never get to Spider-Man, there won't be a part 2. So yeah, accessories. I mean, is this not enough accessories right here? I mean, got some hands, multiple guns, knives. I mean, again, I think this set was, I think it was $44 when it came out. And I think they still have some G.I. Joe sets that are, matter of fact, hold on. Yeah, there you go. So, I mean, he comes with a nice amount of things, right? Swappable hands, guns, the dog here, sorry, y'all. The wolf has a swappable head. I mean, I'm trying to understand where the value is with that Marvel Legend. And there's too many. I know. Let me get this out the way. I know you're gonna say Hasbro has to pay licensing fees. Yes, they do. But that doesn't change the fact that they love to do their perceived value sale tactic. And this was on the shelf for $44.99. I got it for $13.60. I mean, $60. Ooh, I got it for $13.60. But anyway, that Spider-Man, I don't even know if it's gonna make it to the store shelves at $50. But to be honest with you, if it's not collectors buying it, I don't see that thing, you know, just selling smooth out like that. Now, collectors are gonna go in there and they're gonna rush in there and buy it because now it has a lot of hype attached to it. But I'm saying from a point of view of, is it worth it? And I agree with The Amazing. It is a you thing. It's about if it's worth it to you. And if it is, get it. You know, I'm not trying to deter you from getting it. I'm not trying to tell you not to buy it. It's, you know, that's not the point of this video at all. But I really just wanted to say, like, look, there's already product from the same company that's giving you, in my opinion, equivalent articulation for half the price of that box. So it literally comes down to the accessories. This does not look right. Oh my gosh. It literally comes down to the accessories. And you know, again, if you feel like that $50 is worth it, by all means. But to me, the articulation is not a big selling point because it's a marginal increase in articulation. It's not like a huge game changer amount. Oh my God, y'all, I'm missing. There we go. It's not like a huge game changer. It's not like they're doing they did not reinvent the wheel here, y'all. I'm sorry. Again, down the hall, across the hall, I don't know where they're doing the G.I. Joe products, but hey, they're already doing it right here. Again, and I will show it one more time. It's already being done. He bragged about the straight leg thing. Again, it's already being done. You know, so again, this is gonna be my last video talking about this, but we have to stop gaslighting ourselves into buying things because somebody said it's the next best thing. Like it isn't. It's a solid looking figure. I will give it that. I like it for what it is, right? Talking about the Spider-Man, not this G.I. Joe. I have Snake Eyes already, but it's a decent looking Spider-Man. Like I said, I may pick it up. I am a Spider-Man fan. That is one of my all-time favorite superheroes. But if I have to keep it a buck and be honest, I'm not impressed with it. I know I've said that 50 million times in this video already. So there it is. That's all I got to say. Like I said, if I ever decide to pick the Spider-Man up, that is when I will revisit this conversation. But until then, I'm gonna leave it at this. And yeah, at the end of the day, buy what you want to buy, you know, and don't get what don't, you know, make sense to you or it's gonna hurt your pockets. Leave it alone. You know, if that $50 is, you know, do or die, don't get it. I mean, seriously. But you know, hey, at the end of the day, we all spend crazy amounts of money on these plastic figurines. So y'all know the motto. If you like it, buy it. If you don't, leave it on the shelf.